Okay, what I'm going to show today is the difference between a bunch of different chargers you can find on eBay. These are car chargers, USB chargers, dual, triple ports, and different types of AC chargers you can find easily on eBay. Now the question is which is good and which is junk, and this is not an easy answer. So what you need in order to test these, and so you don't need to buy all of these, I have purchased all these for you and I'll do the test here. So what you need is something in order to measure the current that they can support. These are three different types of voltage current testers, which also can be found on eBay fairly cheaply. And another thing that is needed is a load in order to load them as much as possible. So this is a simple load. It can load either 1 or 2 amps depending on the switch position. And this is a variable load which you can define the current drawn according to this potentiometer. Okay, so what we need to do here is to load these while they're operating and see when their voltage drops below, let's say, 5 volts. Now they should be able to start above 5.5, and the voltage will drop the more current that we draw. I'll show an example here. So let's take this one for instance, plug it in, then plug in one of the testers, let's say this one. Okay. So here we can see the current drawn is currently 0 and the voltage is 5. Here I wrote down the final measurements, but you can see the measurements currently. Now I'll take this load. This is the best one because you can control the load, and connect it to one of the outputs. Now here you can see the current being drawn is 0.68 amps, and the voltage is actually even increased, which is good. Up to 5.5 is good. Now, the more I turn this, I increase the load, and you can see that the voltage dropped. Now, voltage dropping below 4.7, 4.8 isn't good. So what I'm going to do is gradually increase the load until the voltage reaches approximately 5 volts. So here you can see it's jumping between 5 and 4 something, 0.75 amp. So this device is pretty much junk. They claim it reaches 3 amps, but very far from it. Okay, let's take an example of an original Samsung USB charger. So here, connected to the power, and again to the load. Okay, so here you can see the current is 0.75 volts. Now increase the load. You see the current is increasing, the voltage remains above 5 volt, continuing to increase the load. You see still 5 volts, very good. Now this thing is very good, it will actually turn on the fan once the heatsink reaches a certain temperature to dissipate the power. Okay, so what you have here, I'm increasing it even further and more until it will reach, reaches slightly below 5 volts. So you can see it reaches 2.2, and it will even reach 2.5 or so without a significant drop in voltage. So here I wrote down 2.4, that's actually very close, 2.4 amps, and very close to 5 volts. So this is the original Samsung USB charger, which is very good. On the other hand, I purchased this one, which was also a fake Samsung. They look very much the same, as you can see, but this one gives 5 volts 1 amp, while the other one gives 2.5 amps. Now, this is a major difference. It will charge your phone much slower and won't give you your value for the money. Okay, so instead of showing everything here, I will just sum them up. So what you can see is each one of these and the measurements I did over it. So this one, two ports, it was actually very bad. It gave 4.8 volts, and it was too low. Even though it reached 1.8 amps, it wouldn't charge the phone. So here you can see all the types and the measurements I made over them. This is garbage, this one, and this one. Thank you for watching.